let's say that Australia or somewhere, a state is created.
I feel like if there were global states, there'd just be little regions.
That's like counties. That's like the international criminal court.
It would just look like exactly the same. Oh, my governor.
He doesn't have an answer. You will not understand. Stop interrupting. Otherwise, you will not understand the concept. So first, before we have a global state, a single global state, first step is to take out the ethno-religious states. That means you create states which are,
Why would that be step one?
Yes, because it's necessary. Because
Now, what do you mean take out?
Yo, shut the fuck up.
To dinner.
You let Paul's talking. Let him finish, for a minute, though.
Can you move
I
it
get that, but
down?
why do I have to take out the ethno states?
Yes, because these states are discriminating on the basis of people's religions and where they are born, their ethnicity.
So what? Why do I have to take them out?
Yes, because it's a
Why does it matter where they're from?
It is a form
what does it matter if they're religion?
It is a form of discrimination. That's why the state is not fair to all everybody.
But then you're implying an imperial state that wants to wage war on its neighbors, right?
No.
How not?
Why would I envision it? I'm just saying that let's say that there is a state which says that we don't have any claim of ethnicity or religion, much like the U.S., modern day U.S., right? Anybody can come to the U.S. and migrate. Nobody gets a special pass, right? Nobody gets a pass because they are from Armenia or from Japan or.
Okay.
So the U.S.
You're saying a lot. What's your point?
So we need states which are non-discriminatory in nature. That's
why.
That's the point. All right. Because discrimination is not nice.
Yeah, but sometimes
discrimination is not a good ethics. This thing.
Your general point is
discriminate. There's nothing wrong with discriminating people for.
It just seems to me like your general point is I like America's notion of statehood devoid of ethnicity, and more states should emulate that model. Why would that mean that other states that don't emulate that model, also need to emulate that model? I get if you're interested in it and you like the model, fine. But why would a different state like Ireland? Why does Ireland have to let in the English to their little island? Why should they necessarily let them in?
It's not discriminatory. Simple.
Well,
because it's not discriminatory.
So if discrimination is wrong, why don't you allow? Hold on. If discrimination is wrong, why do you have a door to your house? Why don't you let just everybody in?
There is a difference between
No. It's exactly the same.
And a state. Come on, this is ridiculous. You cannot just liken a house to a state. A house is a personal space. All right.
I just want to understand. Are you saying that Ireland
is not a personal space?
Okay, Neil. Are you saying that Ireland as a country is engaged in some kind of international crime by not encouraging English to move there?
What I'm saying is Ireland has discriminatory practices because it might give a special right of return to people who are
Irish,
born there and who have migrated outside, just like India has.
And when they explain to you, as they will, that they are doing so to preserve specifically the identity and culture of the humans that developed on this island, right? That's why they're looking for Irish descendants to populate their island. When they explain that, you will explain to them that they're being evil. How and why?
No. I will explain to them that this does not translate into preservation of their culture.
And they disagree with you. They like their rocks.
So for example, I'll tell you something interesting. Okay, like Italy allows citizenship of people who were former Italians. All right.
Sure.
And then people from Argentina.
They're also part of the EU.
A lot of Italians went off to Argentina earlier when there was a lot of poverty in Italy, and now these people have asked. They get citizenships back, but most of these people don't even speak Italian. They only speak Spanish, for example. So, so this is not translating to actually preserving Italian culture.
According to who? You?
Weird.
Yeah, in your opinion, the states are doing a shitty job of preserving their own cultures?
Yes, by these discriminatory laws.
The problem was their attempt to invite back Italians from Argentina. That was their mistake in your estimation.
Yeah, so I think that it's not really helping Italy preserve. So I'm saying that if that is given as an excuse or the reason, policy reason that we want to preserve this thing, I will just simply tell them that's not working. And it's the same with
Okay, now slow down. Okay, Neil, slow down. Now when they respond to you that these people are literally our relatives, and we know the towns they came from, and they are now better, and they can live here and interact with their families and the descendants of their other ancestors. When they say that to you, you will still say, but they're speaking Spanish, correct?
I mean, I don't know. I mean, they could have taken anybody, right?
It could have been any old guy in Argentina.
Yeah, they could have taken any old guy in Argentina.
Right, you think the Italians were stupid in the people they invited back to Italy? They just invited back a bunch of Latino.
What's funny, in this conversation, Maxim, because I am an Italian citizen and I don't speak much Italian myself.
Why are you an
That's
Italian
funny.
citizen, Neil?
Makes sense. It's pronounced.
Well, that makes sense. Again, a policy Italy can do if they want. Would you, Neil? Would you consider that racist of them that they allowed you to become a citizen through marriage to your Italian wife?
It's crazy. It's crazy because there are immigrants living in Italy from Africa.
Yes,
many
there are.
African countries because it's close to.
Yes, of course.
Of course, there are many. Those guys cannot get citizenship.
Yeah,
citizenship
because they're illegal.
For 10, 20 years, they've been living.
Oh, you're saying if they want to do it the right way.
They
Yeah.
Italian. They can speak much better Italian than me. But yet,
Yeah.
somebody like me who just happens to marry an Italian person.
Yeah.
And then I get access to Italian citizenship
Yes.
quite easily.
Right.
They don't get.
Right.
So this is clearly a discriminatory law.
Okay. Again,
It's
so.
a silly thing also.
Okay, so again, you're upset that Italy has a system for immigrants such as yourself who don't understand Italian culture and have no interest in Italian culture. They will allow you to skip the line as a convenience for the citizen they're protecting, your wife, so that she doesn't have to deal with you stuck as a migrant for 10 years before she can claim this is a husband that can travel freely with me in the country because we're married. You think that's, again, a racist discriminatory policy.
It's a discriminatory policy. That's the thing, right? So the question is
Also, Macbeth, in what language would you make the constitution of the whole world?
Well, that's why I said before you made the entire world under one law, you'd have to agree on the language. At least for, like, the elites. Right? The laws are going to be written in a language, and there's going to be a school of interpretation for that one language.
It doesn't matter.
The entire world.
So then whoever has that one language will naturally be the elite, so that's why I asked, what is the language?
It doesn't matter. It will be a legal language talking about rights. Okay?
Oh, a special language that only the lawyers know. I love it.
Yeah, so
There you go.
that's
So then the elites are the ones who know the law.
That's
I
how
love it.
fundamental rights are to be written down. It does not matter whether they are Spanish or English or French or Mandarin. It has to be.
Right.
They all have to.
No, I agree with you.
Right.
For most people, what language the laws are in doesn't matter that much. But for people with a lot of money and power, it matters a lot.
Anyway, but see, I think you've now understood what my point of contention is. It's about removing
You
these
have no
discriminations.
point.
No, you have no point. You have no sense of immigration or the true, like, jurisdiction. You have no respect for the jurisprudence that has gone into the immigration policies that we've had for centuries. You're just like jumping, going like, I don't like it. You're racist.
It's not for centuries.
I don't.
These immigration policies have begun after the, these are specific immigration policies that have begun after the First World War. Okay, before the First World War, anybody could go and live in France.
That's not a good example because the First World War they were wrong.
David, if you unmute again, I swear to God, I'm gonna block the David. Don't unmute again.
I'm telling you the history of modern immigration policies are relatively recent. Okay, they are not something that have been going around for centuries. These policies are only taking place very, very recently. All right, 100 years ago. That's the amount of time present day immigration policies have been there. Otherwise, if you could just travel to the UK, you could live in the UK. Or if you're able to travel to France, you could live in France.
Oh yeah, then why'd they kick out the Jews?
I don't know. That was.
You don't know. You're right. You don't know shit. You're so fucking
they
stupid.
kicked out the
Yeah,
Jews.
he is.
When did France kick out the Jews? You mean when
They're forced
You
to,
know what?
or,
This is also
I
the
was
guy
actually
that
referring to
said-
England,
that-
but yes, England kicked out the Jews. I'm pretty sure different regions.
This is
different
also
states.
the guy that
Spain
was
kicked out their
making.
Jews. Germany kicked out their Jews.
anyway.
yeah, France was
This is
forced to.
also shut up, David.
You might disagree.
This is also the guy that was making the case, the moral case
Okay.
for necrophilia. Imagine that.
Okay, Isa, yeah. So you have
Oh my
left here
God.
to talk about
Is
something.
nothing sacred.
Well, this is what
Boo,
He's
boo.
very intelligent. You can tell that.
I am just making a case for
For
non-discriminatory
necrophilia. We heard.
state policies. That's all. Non-discriminatory state policies.
In
That's the
immigration.
case I'm making for.
You know, even in America,
That's
it's
stupid.
against the-
Immigration is where we are our highest level of discrimination.
Yeah. Laws
it's also
against
against-
necrophilia are also stupid, according to him.
in America, it's against the law to necrophilia. So, you know.
All right.
A low discernment, a low degree of discrimination in immigration policy endangers your citizenship and potentially your very
I
democracy.
don't think so.
Then you're dumb.
America doesn't
You don't
have-
think.
Whoa,
You
what
should
do
have
you
stopped
mean
after you
you
said,
don't
I
Are you
don't think.
necrophilia? What are you saying?
Wait. Okay, Maxine, America does not have these ethno-religious immigration policies.
It
Do you
does.
think that America has a problem?
America does have those policies.
No. You can migrate to America.
It's in the American Constitution. What are you talking about?
Whether you are from India or from Japan, you're from Europe. It doesn't matter if your forefathers came on the
Right.
Mayflower.
You can't imagine that the Americans have ever been concerned about the Catholics they invited in, or the Irish, or the Italians,
I'm
or the
talking
Jews,
present day.
or the
I'm
Russians,
talking
or
about
the Ukrainians.
Yes, they had restrictions against Asians and all in the past, and that has been overturned by the courts. So right now, in the U.S.,
Dude,
it
you
does
know
not
Jack
matter which
O'Brien.
part of the world you
It wasn't Asians. It was
You
the
can
Japanese. It was Japanese for the.
That's true.
You cannot.
And in their defense, nobody trusted the Japanese in that era.
Okay.
Well, give us some space.
Dude.
Even David being drunk
Oh
sounds
my
more
God.
intelligent than you.
Yeah. Okay, I mean, you just make remarks like Isa. You don't actually make arguments. So anyway, it doesn't matter. So I'm saying that the U.S. currently does not have a discriminatory policy towards immigration. Now it does because Trump has just said that from 19 countries they cannot migrate to the U.S. So now it does. but in general it did not.
Why is that funny?
Because it undermines my point. Because Trump has just made a discriminatory policy, immigration policy. That's why it's funny.
Do you know the immigration policy of your country? Do you know what?
I know.
You know how many immigrants?
All right, EC, you gotta block him.
Do you know?
I will.
do you know
All right. What do you mean, like my country, like the country that I'm living in?
India lets in zero.
I am not an Indian citizen, dude.
I'm just saying, like India lets in zero.
Yeah, he's Italian. Can't you tell from his accent?
Yes, I'm Italian Dutch. I also have a dual citizenship.
No, like
Dutch citizenship.
you know, it's funny because it's funny because like America, you know, we let in like I don't know how many millions or thousands of people, but all these other countries around the world like don't let in anybody, and they can't kick out so many people. I don't know how, like, you know, India as a prime example.
Why do you guys?
They don't have a
India?
migration They don't have a migration population because they don't let anybody in.
Okay, India doesn't have a.
So they're gonna educate us on like how to let people in.
But I live in the Netherlands. Okay, and even the Netherlands does not have these discriminatory policies against. It doesn't say as part of the EU.
Yeah, but you have to agree that like the European Union is a failed experiment. So like maybe
Why is it a failed experiment? Last I saw
What
it
do
was
you mean?
fine. Why is it a failed experiment?
Because like
Was it a failure?
because the original the whole reason they created the EU is to get me to go to America, and
When we compete
their
with America,
GDP is not working, the laws are not working. Okay. So like it's a failed experiment. Okay. Everyone knows that. What are you talking about?
Okay. So first of all, the EU has 4 fundamental freedoms. It was created on the basis of 4 fundamental freedoms. It is the freedom of movement of labor, capital, goods and services.
In what language?
It's probably in all the EU languages.
So this declaration,
yes.
Same thing in all those languages?
Yes, I think so. So it means that anybody who is a part of the EU, they can move around to any other place, and states are not allowed to discriminate between their own citizens and other citizens of other EU countries. All right. So, for example,
what about the non-EU states?
Decided, because I have EU citizenship, if I go and live in Estonia, Estonia is not allowed to discriminate between me and another Estonian. All right. And if I, that's what it means. So why is that a failed experiment? I think it's still going on. Still successfully running, as far as I know.
Why is it limited to EU members?
Yeah, because as and when a new country joins the EU, they get part of it. Okay? They join the club.
That's not my question. I'm saying what reason, in your conception, is the restriction between EU members and non-EU members? According to you, it's about free movement.
Yes.
And yet they are restricting movement to only the EU members.
Yes. But they are restricting, again, movement on the basis of, something.
No, they're saying only EU members get this right to move freely between.
Yeah, on the basis of what?
No.
Why not US? Why don't they freely move between all of the European countries?
Sure, if the US and EU come to an agreement on that,
what about a single member of the US? What if Rhode Island thinks that its citizens should have free movement throughout the European Union?
Exactly.
So,
yeah.
For example, the same thing exists in the US. All the
yes, in the US we are freely able to move between our states. But we also, like the EU, check everyone who comes in. We still control our demographics and immigrants and citizenship.
Exactly.
You're either a member of New York State or you're not.
Yes, but like I said, again, so ethno-religious, those restrictions are taken out. Slowly, other restrictions will also be taken out, right? But you start with...
Yeah, but, sometimes the restrictions are good, though. You have to realize...
Like, they're keeping Russians out, right? Can the Russians move freely in the European countries?
Not that I know of.
Not that you know of. That's kind of a part of Europe, if European history serves me. I think they kind of won World War II, didn't they?
They did, they gave Solomon a lot of land. Yeah.
But hey, it's okay to discriminate, right?
The EU does not discriminate.
No counting for kids.
For people who are Russian ethnicity who are living in Europe, So, for example, like I am of Indian ethnicity, right, or Bengali ethnicity. The EU cannot discriminate me on the basis of my either my religion or my ethnicity.
I think
it cannot.
I think part of the problem is that your general conception of what a state is and does and what it means is limited to a de minimis immigrant perception. Your conception of what a state is like, I can get this kind of a benefit, this is an interruption. That's not what a state is. That's them literally like putting some honey out to attract another member to feed their citizen machine. Like, you're not really understanding what the state is. You're just kind of enamored with a little trinket they threw out for you to play with.
Oh my God, dude. I think that I think for you think it's okay to discriminate people on the basis of their...
No, that's not what he said. That's not what he said.
No, I didn't say that. I didn't say that. Yes. What I said was all states... No, Neil, I'll say it again. All states are discriminating in the people they allow to migrate into their country. Yes. Every single one. If you have a pitch for one that engages in no discrimination, I would love to hear it. Go ahead.
Agreed. So that's why I'm saying that we have to envision the state of the future, which does not do this kind of stuff.
Why? Why is this a failed model?
Because it's
you fail to illustrate that this model is bad, other than claiming it's discriminatory and that is de facto evil.
Because this discrimination is not fair. It's not equal.
Oh, life is
Why
not
is that
fair.
not fair? One
the
One
guy that
person
got
is a human, the other is not. One person is alive, the other is dead. We discriminate in numerous ways all the time.
But
So I think what he's saying is that is the guy that got the A, we need to put him down.
No, that's
we
not
need
what
to
I'm
get
saying. You
we
guys
need to
are
get him an F.
making false equivalences. Okay, you guys are making, Maxine, you're making a false equivalence. I'm saying do
False
not
equivalence.
discriminate.
I love Falco.
Yes. Can I continue my? Oh my God, you guys like cannot.
All right, show me the true
let somebody
equivalence.
speak. Yes. So all I'm saying is do not discriminate on the basis of ethnicity and religion. All right.
Nobody's doing that.
You agree on that or not? Like, do you think that people ought to be discriminated on the basis of their ethnicity or religion? That's it. If you're a state,
I don't know. Sure, I guess. Why not?
Okay. Well, then we disagree there, and we can end the discussion.
Why should we not
we
know the distinctive religious and ethnic makeups of our citizenship? And why should that not be represented in our states?
No, because I think that's because I think that's.
Right? Like, for example, if there were Jews and Muslims and Christians and blacks and whites and Asians all living in America, I would be very upset if I didn't see blacks and whites and Jews and Christians and Asians all represented in our government. I would say, what a shitty government. That has nothing to do with this country.
It's the Jews.
I asked you. Wait, Maxine. So now you are a citizen of the U.S. You
Yeah.
live in the U.S. I said that the U.S. does not discriminate.
They do.
Immigrants on the basis of their ethnicity or religion.
Okay,
want
they
it to do
discriminate
that?
on whatever they want.
But yes,
Yeah,
on their
they do that
basis of
something else.
nationality.
Wait. Do you want the U.S. to discriminate immigrants on the basis of their ethnicity or religion?
Wow, you're so
And or
fucking wrong.
religion? I'm asking, Maxine, dude.
No, I don't
Not that-
care what ethnicity American by
Yeah, so then exactly. Then I
Well-
don't know why you're fighting with me because you have
Well-
the same position as me.
What?
You have the same position as me. You don't want the U.S.
so?
to discriminate on the basis
He
of
has a
ethnicity or
very
religion.
open
No, I didn't say that.
position than
Oh,
you.
you just said that. I asked you specifically, do you want the United States to discriminate immigrants based on ethnicity or religion?
Yes.
No. Okay, that's what you're misunderstanding. I have no particular desire to sway America one way or another in its immigration policy. If they were to decide that they wanted a particular religion or ethnicity, or that they didn't want a particular religion or ethnicity, that's America's call. Me as a citizen, I vote for internal issues. Like, I'm not really concerned that much about which people
you
they
don't
let
care
in.
about. So you don't care about the Trump order to disallow immigrants from the 19 countries.
Well, I don't know the justification for disallowing them, but like, listen, my guess is he has a justification. It's probably supported by the party. Listen, I'm just sort of showing you the level of trust I can put as a citizen in my democracy. That I know there's like 100 people looking into whatever his statement is about excluding 17 countries. They're going to consider whether it's legal, whether it's supported, whether it's justified, and then they're going to try and spin it for whatever reason they want to do it. Like, who's going to benefit from it? Probably they're getting kickbacks for someone. It probably helps somebody. But in terms of whatever justification they put out, I don't know. I'll also be waiting for the Democrats. The Democrats, being the opposition party and having a tremendous amount of control over media, will criticize whatever policy they put out. And then I will sit while the fourth estate, who criticizes both the Democrats and the Republicans, tells me the most cynical slant
That's right.
on what Trump is doing to the 17 countries.
That's right. Exactly.
19.
19 countries. And at that point, I will be mildly interested and won't really care.
Anyway, so
And all of this is to show that slow down. This is a highlight of what I gain as an American citizen, right? That is the country working for me because of the different rights and powers and abilities available to every member of the country that were here before I was born, and it was designed by people that before anyone was born. All of that is the benefit you get as an American. You get such a stable country that it maintains a stasis through continual adversarial analysis.
Dude, I asked for your personal opinion. I'm not.
And I'm telling you, I don't have one because I'm an American. I don't need one.
Americans.
That's right, America.
America.
Actually, actually,
I trust the
actually,
system.
You know what I was just thinking about?
Megatron,
Lisa?
did these
As
people woke you up? Wake you up?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry,
You know
Mark.
what I was? No. You know what I was just thinking about? I was thinking because the percentage of the amount of Jews and Muslims is the same in America. Now, are we discriminating against Jews coming into the country now too? Because there's only 1.5% Jews and 1.5% Muslims.
Well, Jews
I mean, look at the
Jews are always
numbers.
welcome in America.
Look at that. They're both being discriminated against because
Wait, I
there's
don't
only
think they're
1.5%.
I didn't think
Is
we
it
were being
1.5?
discriminated
No.
too much.
Well,
I think Jews are 1.5% Americans. Right?
There's a lot of Jews in America.
And that was a
Because,
huge
Europe wasn't safe
deviation.
anymore, remember?
And that was a huge
I
deviation
know.
from the actual question that Mexed asked Nilo about an hour ago, which is, what is the reason for the state of India to exist? What do they stand for?
question.
What's
I don't know
the
why.
pitch?
Why is that? Why is that even
Why?
a question?
Because
I
every
don't
Why is that a
single
question? You asked me why should
country
Israel
has
exist?
a reason to exist.
Yes. So if India is
They
discriminating
were a
on the
union
basis,
of. They were
Can
a
I answer
union
the
of
question?
No.
Oh, he's
hold
gonna
on,
answer.
hold on. There was.
hold on.
He's not going to. He already spent 1 hour showing us that he
He said
doesn't
he's
even know.
going to, so let him talk for a while.
Yes. So if India as a state discriminates on the basis of ethnicity, then I don't think the state of India should exist.
That's not the question I asked.
But
Can you
also that's
answer the
irrelevant to
question?
the question.
Yes, I think that such discriminatory laws should be taken out
No,
of the state
can
of
you
India.
answer the question? What is the reason of the state of India to exist?
What is the reason?
What was the foundational objective?
Somebody had to
I tell
take
you.
care of things after
I
England
tell you.
left.
Can I answer? Like, if you ask me a question, you should at least
You-
let me answer,
you-
right?
We've asked this
Can I
question 1
answer?
hour ago and you haven't even bothered to answer. So
Should-
can you
should-
answer?
if yes, I am answering. So, when the British left the region, okay, there were a bunch of people, okay, who lived, in that region, and they needed a state. All right. Now,
In
between
British colonies,
1947
right?
Between 1947 and
In British
1950, oh my God, you cannot let somebody speak over it. Like, dude.
Sorry, you've been talking for 1 hour, dude.
Yes, because I'm
Don't
the one who-
gaslight me.
You're
How
literally
don't
asking me
gaslight
a
me?
question. You're literally asking me a question and then you don't want to hear the answer.
And you're not answering it.
I'm literally answering it. Literally, words are coming out of my mouth. So when India got independent from the British from between 1947 to 1950, there was no constitution of in India because they were still debating it. So India was a British dominion, much like how Australia or Canada was, okay, or still is. So it was not really a state, which had its the head of state was still the King George V. All right, but what the people of India, or the elites of the people of India, decided that this is the kind of state they wanted, a bunch of fundamental rights. All right, that was the Constitution of India. That's it. So they decided that these people who are now without a state will have a state with the certain rights. That's the objective of the state of India.
You're still not answering
There are
the
people-
question. That's not the
Which
answer.
part am I
Okay, so why doesn't it just submit to Pakistan? How about that as your
Exactly.
state?
Why would submit to Pakistan?
Yeah.
The people of
No,
India-
let Pakistan administer the British colony that they left behind. Give it to Pakistan.
Pakistan came up as a Islamic
You
Republic.
said there's no reason for it. Someone has to keep the trains running, right? And the British are gone, so give it to Pakistan.
No, because Pakistan was created on the basis of Islam. So Pakistan said that the Muslims of the subcontinent need a
Yeah, so they've got a
place to live in.
justification for their existence.
As a
You
state,
want
right?
invited anyone. They want invited Muslims.
They said that this is the state for the Muslims of the subcontinent, even though other people of other religions were welcome to stay.
That's right. They're more inviting than your conception of India. They want inviting the Muslims.
State
No,
for
the
the
Indian
the
state-
former Indian colonies that decided to grant a state for the people living there that shared that past and that
Right.
history.
Okay, so
It is not
When
for
you have
everyone.
it, so
It's
the
for the
state-
specific type of
the
people
state
that
is
were
created-
living under British
Alright.
colony.
do you want me to explain to you what states
No,
are
I don't
right
want
now?
you to
Okay,
because
so
you
because-
weren't able to.
Yeah,
No,
what are
I am
states?
able to. You literally interrupt me every time I say something. Then how am I supposed to do that? So a state, the is basically a set of fundamental rights, okay, which usually we refer to as the Constitution. This Constitution gives people, it limits the state and protects the people who live in that place. That is the objective of. This is why India was formed, to give rights to the people living in that region. And these rights are secular, these rights are democratic, these rights are liberal in many ways. Though India is not the most liberal country in the world, but it's liberal. So this is the basis of the state.
I'm trying to understand. You're saying the basis for the state of India is to preserve the rights of the Indians,
of the people living there.
the people living there.
Indians.
Where? What there? What specific limited location are you saying you will care about people and then stop caring about people?
The oligarchs.
The boundary drawn by Radcliffe. It's called the Radcliffe line. The British.
Okay, Radcliffe line. So you care about the rights of people born under the Radcliffe line, correct?
Yes.
And everyone born above the Radcliffe line, you don't care about their rights.
Yes. That's because that comes.
And that's your justification for a state.
So that was Pakistan.
You preserve a line named after Radcliffe.
Yes.
That's a dumb justification for a state.
Then,
what are they supposed to do? Those people.
Okay, you defend the line. Listen, you are a state. You defend the line. That's what you guys do.
I'll read it for you.
say that
Vincent.
within this
The
line.
reason
within this
is
line,
to inherit
this
the
line.
British. Hold on, you're gonna wait now. To inherit the British constructed Indian administrative economic
That makes
space
sense.
as a single sovereign to avoid balkanization and external domination of other states. So that is the reason the Indian state exists, to protect all the British colonies that had a shared history
No, it's saying
and
that
avoid
the
the balkanization.
No, I'll explain. Easy. What they're saying is that the state apparatus, which Britain constructed, united all of the regions in a fundamental way. Also, like not parasitic, but symbiotic way. All of the regions now function together as a whole, even though they never really wanted to and theoretically should balkanize into separate regions with separate authorities and separate cultures, separate ways of developing life on that peninsula, right? They can want that, but because the apparatus is too connected, it is too prone to balkanization. Others that wanted to interfere with any single
But it
state.
was also either we govern ourselves or it'll be foreign powers.
Well, what they're saying
so
is that
that is
England
very
created a roadway that invited in any bandits, so they must, of necessity, because there is a road, have policing on the roads. And they need to have that centralized, or else they will be fighting over the roads that they all will need.
Okay, so do you
It's
guys
just like Rome.
understand that there are a bunch of people living in a certain region? They are there. Now, we want to give them certain rights. So you come up with a constitution that says that these are the rights of the people. These are the rules. And these rights are not on the basis of your
That's
Yeah.
not what a state
They are
is.
just
Yeah,
on
but
the basis
that's
of because
that's
you're
an
living there.
Indian
The
problem.
state is a justification for violence.
That's an
It's
Indian
not a
problem.
preservation of rights that they imagine one day in their dream journal.
Yeah, that's a problem with India. That's not a problem with
Okay.
Maybe you're drunk, I told you before.
Which is why I'm saying defending the line is a dumb justification, but it is a justification.
It's not the
because
line.
It's going
It's
to
not
tell
defending the
people
line.
to do violence against each other. Also,
No.
preserving the unifying framework that Britain laid into your country would also be a good justification because that's going to be violence. People know they need to fight for that.
You're making some bad conclusions. It does not apply. There is a
Every
line.
state is a justification for violence.
Listen to the.
You
there are a
don't
bunch of
listen,
people
you know.
living. What do you mean I don't listen? You literally don't let me. I let you speak, guys. I let you speak. Like,
Is this
Your-
guy?
your
Does this
full
guy
sentences.
have any self-awareness? He's been babbling for like an hour, and he says that nobody lets him
Yeah.
speak.
all right, man. You keep interrupting whenever I speak, so obviously you don't. I don't think you are self-aware, but that's another thing. They keep giving insults and ad hominems. I mean, this is not how people have discussions. Okay, there's no reason to do that. Have I made any remarks about you, personal remarks, how you are, what?
I am a woman. I can take
Just drop it,
anything.
man.
Just throw them.
I don't care. I don't discriminate on the basis of gender also. Anyway.
Mind
So-
you,
So here are a bunch of people, okay? Here are a bunch of people. And the same thing applied in the US, though it did it in stages, right? Here are a bunch of people living and they all get the same rights. That's the US Constitution. Okay, agreed that slaves did not have that access to the Constitution, so they did not have great access to the Constitution, and neither
What I'm
did
trying to tell you, the foundation of
natives.
America wasn't to preserve rights. It was to fight the English.
No, it was to preserve rights.
The Declaration of Independence is an FU to the king.
Oh my God. I don't know why people.
I'm not even joking. Like, you just don't know your history.
I don't know.
States
I
are
don't know.
formed when they unite in a cause of violence against an existing state.
No. States are there to preserve rights.
Go
of
look
people,
up the
all right?
history
They
of
are not
Rome.
there
See
to
when
be
Rome
violent.
started to be a state.
Okay, then we don't have a we don't.
Look at Persia. Look at the Hittites.
Yes,
Look at
I don't want a
Alexander.
state like
Look at
Persia and
Illyria.
Hittites now.
Now.
Right now we have moved to this. Now the humans nowadays have evolved to making states which does not do these kind of things. They create states
What
that give
kinds of
rights to
things?
people.
Justify violence? Show me a state that doesn't justify its violence.
Oh my God! See, another personal remark. People like Lilo are what make democracy so dangerous. What's the problem with democracy now, man?
you are the problem with democracy.
Oh, I have the problem with democracy. Wow.
Stupid people. People don't like democracy when they meet
Exactly.
people they don't like.
Okay, fine. Yeah. I am the I am the harm to democracy. Yes.
Well, because you don't seem to understand what makes up a
Why?
state.
I don't think you understand that. The state is not there to
States
wage war.
are
The states are there
justifications for violence.
No, states are there to give people rights. Okay.
Oh, really? How do they do that? How do they give the people the rights?
People.
What do they do? What do they do? How do they do it?
Believe.
Do they write papers? Does the paper protect the rights?
They set
Or is it the
laws.
violence? Is it the threat of violence that protects the
What is the
rights?
setup for? Okay, man. Of course, the state.
Hey, let me ask you, are there some states that don't protect rights but still have the violence? That's interesting.
Yeah, but the violence is not to cause violence. The violence is to neutralize.
I didn't say it was violence per se. I said every state is a justification for the violence it doles in.
No, the violence is there to neutralize threats.
Oh, what a good justification for violence. We should write that one down.
Yes. So if somebody's threatening my life, then the state allows the police to neutralize that threat. All right. But the state is not saying that that guy can be kicked the shit out of or shot unnecessarily. It's just to neutralize the threat. That is the only reason for violence allowed.
Okay,
in modern
if you
states.
don't do it that way, you personally, is the state going to threaten you with violence?
What? Yes, to neutralize.
Oh, interesting.
If you are
Another
if you are trying to make
That state, they're
if
always
you're-
going to be
if you're
threatened
trying to
with
take-
that violence.
if you're trying to take away my rights, okay, then the state is permitted to use violence to neutralize.
That's
that
interesting.
threat.
What permits them to do that? I thought you said they couldn't enact violence on
Because
anyone.
because
What permit them to
rights
do it?
are important.
Shouldn't the cops stop them?
Wait, I'm answering. So because the state has agreed that there are certain fundamental rights that I have and that need to be protected, that makes them allows them to use violence to neutralize any threat. to
Oh,
those
the
fundamental rights.
justification they gave, that's what allows them to enact violence.
But
So,
the
like,
the basic,
it's like the state is making a justification for its violence.
Yes.
Yeah.
Justification being the
I'm glad you
protection
got
of the fundamental rights. The justification being the protection of the fundamental rights. Anyway.
And they'll like define the
That's
fundamental
fine.
rights later. They'll tell you how they change, but like the violence, that's gonna happen, right? Because we have to protect the fundamental rights. It's justified.
Yes. Similarly, the Indian state was created to protect the rights of the people. So was the American state. So is the Dutch state.
Which
so
people?
is the Italian
Why?
state.
Defending
The
what
people-
line? For
the
what
people who are
purpose?
living within that
If
state.
you don't know why your state
People-
exists, it will stop to exist.
I literally told you it is there to protect the fundamental rights. That's what modern states do now.
That
Modern
is not what your
democratic
state is
democracies do that. Okay, but there are other states like Islamic State of Iran. It is to protect the Islamic nature of that state. Okay, It is not there to just protect fundamental rights. It's there to protect the Islamic nature of that state. That's how it is different from. Oh, he's gone.
It sounds like you just want to protect the oligarchs. That's what it sounds like.
Oligarchs? Whose oligarchs, man?
The Indian
Hey,
oligarchs.
Marcus, what's going on, man?
You just want to protect the Indian oligarchs. That's why there's a state.
What do you disagree with me, Marcus? In what did you disagree?
In what way?
In what way did you disagree? Did you disagree with me on this discussion in any way?
Oh no, I wasn't even paying attention to it.
Okay, wow.
Yeah.
Just paying attention, you're just protecting the oligarchs.
Alpha doesn't want Middle Eastern people in the U.S.
World, I don't know. Who's World? Have I spoken to World before?
World was somebody who was from the U.S., I believe, who was made into a mob, so because
Brother, I can answer.
Fatima could not,
I'm a Quaker.
Quaker.
I'm a Christian.
Oh, were you getting discriminated against, World? Is that why they made the mark?
Nah. We talked before, Mr. Trump.
Okay, cool.
No, I don't know.
I'm trying to preserve your Quakerness.
I said they should mod Nick Zed or me, not the CM. That's all.
No.
Why the discrimination against them? I wonder. Is it on an ethno-religious basis?
He's the 1% of society.
So,
Makes
Mark,
sense.
do you think that the U.S. should discriminate immigration on the basis of ethnicity or religion or religion?
Aren't they doing that now with the immigrants?
Well, now Trump has this rule with the 19 countries. They are not allowed to immigration from there. But other than that,
Listen,
do you think?
He's the chief, right? He's the chief
So, I'm asking your
prosecutor.
personal opinion. I'm asking for your personal opinion.
I think the reason why you see that is because we want certain people to assimilate. It can happen. So we'll probably take in from other countries. Like, we don't really care if we take in people from Poland, but we probably care about how many Russians we're taking in, right?
Look at Megatron saying we, yet you're an immigrant yourself.
But wait,
Yeah,
Megatron,
now
so
I'm
do
like
you think?
second generation. I'm like, I'm
So,
part of the
Mark,
group now.
do you want the U.S. to discriminate immigration on the basis of ethnicity and/or religion? Your personal opinion, I'm asking. Yeah,
No.
you said.
No. But do I know that there's a formula that they use? That
They do use a formula for green cards, yes.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah, there's a
based on the
formula.
population.
Yeah, so there's a formula, and if we see what happens in Great Britain, they let too many people from one crowd in. They start to try to control the majority, and then they like,
Which crowd is that? Which crowd do you mean specifically?
I'll let you know in a second. So this crowd, when they come in, there was never a rule, right? Why you couldn't marry your first cousin. Because it was just the law of the land. All of a sudden, there's this group that comes in and says, oh, well, we want to be able to. It was never this way. Why all of a sudden you want to come here? It's because there's too many of them there to begin with. They didn't allow them to assimilate. So that's not going to happen in the U.S. They're going to come in slowly, and as they, flourish, they'll become American. That's it. We take all the Indian doctors. I have an Indian doctor.
Alright, so
A psychiatrist and physician who's Hindu. I love him. He's been with me for 25 years.
does it matter? You just name which group of people are.
He was the top of his class, right? He was the top of his class. He's a psychiatrist. He has like a really nice. He has a bunch of awards and stuff like.
Anyway, yeah. Do you want to discriminate more?
Do I want to discriminate?
Yes, on the basis. You think that people from certain religion and/or ethnicity should not be allowed?
No, they should be allowed, but at a slower rate.
At a slower rate. So that is a form of discrimination. Okay.
We're still allowing them in. There's always exceptions.
Fair enough.
So
Fair
Nilo,
enough.
There's always exceptions even to the 19 states.
Mark and myself were thinking we should have the Sharia law in the United States. What do you think?
Yeah.
Which one? Like the one which allows you to cut off hands for
Yeah.
robbery
The
or
solid Sharia, that one.
stoning of adulterers? That one?
Everything, yeah. The full whack.
Yep, the real
I mean,
Sharia.
First of all, we have to have a proper set of Sharia. Because even that is not certain, right? So what is the Sharia? Like, you have to have a codified the Sharia.
Yeah, we'll start a caliphate.
Yeah, but
We started the
can you come up
KKK,
with all
so we
the,
can start a caliphate.
Can you come up with a bunch of laws that that you call the Sharia?
Yeah, we could just read the Quran, right?
Yeah, but a lot of people
Can
disagree
we just get them from the
on
Quran?
this and that interpretation and this. Some people say that adulterers should just be lashed. Other people say that adulterers should be stoned to death. And I'm like,
Where do they get that from?
from the hadiths, I think.
They got that from the Hadith? I don't think they got that from the Hadith.
Yeah. The stoning to death is from
They
the
got the
hadith.
stoning
The
from
lashes
the Torah.
is from the Quran. But maybe Zabu, you know this thing well?
I think the stoning came from the Torah. Where does it say?
What do you
where
guys
does it
even talking about?
Where does it say stoning people?
Bart wants to install Sharia in US. I'm asking if adulterers should be lashed or should they be stoned? Which rule are you going to implement?
Wait, say that again. What are the options?
Lashed, like lashes, 50 lashes or something.
Oh, I
Or
would still
stoned to
lash
death.
stoning, that's for sure.
Stoned.
I mean, lashing. Come on, like who wouldn't want that?
Zabu, you heard this joke? What's the difference between a hippie woman and a Muslim woman?
What?
A hippie woman gets stoned before premarital sex, and a Muslim woman gets stoned after premarital sex.
Oh my god. You're fine.
Good, eh?
Good. No, I don't know how to answer this because fuck Sharia, I don't want that.
Yeah, for sure.
But
What do you mean fuck Sharia? What's wrong with Sharia?
but oh my god, there's different types of Sharia law interpretations, right? So depending on the school of thought you're in, your understanding of Sharia is going to be different. So in the Shia tradition, Sharia is more about self-regulation and your own morals, your own relationship, and then we default to the laws of society. Now, this is often because we are being persecuted, so we don't feel the need to
No, but hang on a second, Zabu. Isn't this stuff that Allah is telling us to do? It's not even human beings deciding this stuff.
but it's interpreted differently by different schools of thought. That's all I can tell you. I don't think it needs to be.
I mean, how can Allah be wrong when Allah decides I think these people need to be stoned or thrown off a cliff or something?
Oh my god. If you're talking about Sharia law that is derived from the way it used to be,
The Sunni Salafi, right? That one.
yeah, then you're relying on interpretations of hadiths and surahs from
a context that's like irrelevant. People don't do that now. You know, it's like not the way we handle law now.
Yeah, that's what we want to bring it back. The good old golden days.
Yeah, but
So Zabu, you know what's funny?
you know who's gonna, if you bring stoning back, I'm coming for you first.
So you know what's funny is that I put a survey in the chat.
Why me?
Because you fucking.
You want to bring it?
Fuck.
Yeah. I think Zabu wants to do some adultery. That's you can clearly.
But I prefer
conclude.
black.
Anyway, you know what's so funny?
She's above 18. She's obviously doing adultery. What's wrong with you?
When they do surveys, like say they do surveys in Bangladesh and say that should Bangladesh have Sharia? More than 90% of people say yes.
Yeah, but you have to ask them. Sorry.
When you ask them about specific things like, do you want adulterers to be stoned to death, or do you want people to cut off their hands to be cut off for thievery? Then they will say no, we don't want that.
Exactly.
So,
Because Sharia
it's
law is
funny.
not all the same thing. That's why. So there are different interpretations. You have to remember that. This idea that Sharia law is incompatible with democracy is not completely true. There's nuances to Sharia law, how it actually gets applied. Now, if you want like a literalist Islam's version of Sharia law, then you're obviously going to be fucked, But most people don't understand Sharia law to be that way. And you can see how this is like established already in certain aspects of Canadian society. So, for example, like family tribunal law, there's some interesting cases that have already been dealt with here. But I would suggest that not all aspects of Sharia law are incompatible with democracy. But I still wouldn't want it because it would require. It would require the type of Sharia law that people are advocating for. Is so inconsistent that I'd rather just have the laws of society.
Yeah, so we'll kind of give them an allowance and say, hey, it's going to be like a pick and mix kind of thing. Like if you think these things are okay to be applied to you, you choose them. If not, then that's fine. We'll give you an alternative.
We see that with family law already, right? Like with the way divorces and disputes and stuff like that are
yeah, but the only option is going to be like if you're going to pick and choose between like two options, you're going to have to pick and choose the worst one. So for example, if we say you're going to be jailed like for 5 years or you'll get your hand cut off, you got to choose the hand cut off.
Yeah.
I'll send you my address, Abu.
What is Marcus? What's your personally? What's your favorite Sharia?
I don't read Sharia. Why? Oh, me stoning. I think everyone should be stoned at least once in their lives.
I mean, are you stoned right now?
No.
I don't think he has ever been stoned.
I've never been stoned.
Okay. Yeah. Like
you should get stoned.
Should try it sometime, right, Marcus?
Stoning and lashing, Zabu. Stoning and lashing, especially like long eyelashes.
BDSM.
I hate fake eyelashes.
You
Fuck that.
sick, putrid
Someone kick
individual.
Alpha out. Some good mod should kick Alpha down. Kicking
You
him in the nuts.
you
Alpha,
are
don't
one
make me laugh at
sick.
you.
You
You
are
prefer
one
leather
sick
or wood?
people.
For leather or wood, Alpha?
Leather. Wood is too solid. I don't want solid Sharia.
But I think my favorite one would be like my favorite. I think Sharia would be like losing all the limbs.
Oh, nice.
You
No, no.
sick.
By the way, Marcus, there was a
British.
hadith like that, There was this guy, he stole, so he got one hand chopped off. Then he stole again, then he got the second hand chopped off. And then, they chopped off his leg and the second leg.
I mean,
No, wait.
Wait.
Wait. Before we go to the third item, which was the leg, right? How did he steal?
Yeah, that's what is unknown, but the hadith clearly says that, that guy, he stole even after both his hands and legs were chopped off.
How? With what? His mouth? He lifted things.
And then he was put to death. I can
Wait.
point it.
So, two hands, two legs. Okay. Just two
But
legs?
you know what? That proves actually
Yeah,
the
two
Sharia didn't work.
Okay.
After the first hand, Don't you think after the first hand it would just prove that the Sharia is not working because the guy does it again?
The first
Sharia
part.
is supposed to, it's supposed to be a deterrent, right? Like you don't do it again.
Well, I mean, if you chop off the third leg, he's definitely not going to be able to do it again. So,
Oof.
Alpha is sick.
How many of you just fantasize about cutting off somebody else's penis? Like, I'm just.
look who's talking. These two freaks. Hey, I'm not the one who started this.
Alpha. Everything is about you. What are you talking about?
Yes. Everything. Worship me.
Are you high right now?
Which Sharia law would you like to be applied to you? Like, which one would you be okay with?
Liquid.
Oh shit.
Liquid. You putrid British imperialist. Liquid.
That he's inspired by the Bukkake verse in the Quran.
You guys are so nasty, man. I was about to say something delicious, but not anymore.
Did you
No,
say Bukkake?
that was nasty.
Did you say
That was said it's a verse and chapter.
Look, I know I'm not a fan of Islam, but I wouldn't do that. That's just stupid, man.
I found
Whoever
that
did that is just stupid.
Okay, how about we do this? How about we do this, right? We set it so that you could cut their hand off, right? But whoever cuts their hand off gets their hand cut off.
Ooh.
Huh?
That's
No.
deep. That's
Whoever
deep, dude. I like it.
whoever cuts their hand off gets that hand attached to them.
Wait, what was that again? I'm lost.
Who's gonna do that? Wait,
What are we
you
talking about?
get an infection from doing that.
So no, we'll have everything. We'll have all the medicines,
Yeah. Burn
sterilizing.
it beforehand. We're good.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning, Boris.
Good morning. I'm making
What's
pancakes. I gotta
I'm
take
baking.
I gotta take my car. I got my brakes done, and then now they're starting to squeak, which they've been squeaking, and they're like, "Well, you just got them, so you have to wait a few weeks." It's been 2 months,
Oh,
so
man.
I'm going to take them back today. So I'm making breakfast before I go. I didn't get a chance to go to church. I had sex last night, so I'm kind of late.
Head in the pillow.
Well, it was an event.
Head in
It
the
was an
pillow.
event when you're married. It's like an event. So man, it took the wind right out of me last night.
No lashes involved, Megatron?
And I still got it. No, I still got it moment.
It
They
took
go,
the
"Shit."
wind out of him. At least something blew.
Yeah.
Head in the pillow, Boris.
My head in the pillow?
No, hers.
No. She's been on top of me now because I'm getting old. So she's the younger one in this situation. So she's gonna have to do some of the work.
Oh my God, I love it.
Yeah.
I thought she was gonna say, "Oh my God, how can you say that?" She's like,
We have kids in the room, people. Come on.
Hey. Give me a kiss.
sick adults in this room.
I'm not making
Just to let
fresh
everybody
sausage
know,
steak
Zabu
pancakes.
started this
Look at him.
freaky shit.
Oh my god, I didn't start shit.
Have you guys, hey Marcus, have you noticed every time Zabu wakes up to pee, she comes in here, starts some freaky shit and goes? And we get stuck with like 4 hours of freaky shit.
Just another tea moment.
I'm okay with that.
This is the problem of listening to too much philosophy. P1, P2. If P is not P.
Speaking of P, you guys have to watch the 50 Cent documentary about P. Diddy. It's so good. It's fucking
P.
good.
Diddy?
Yeah. Puff Daddy.
I must
Fun.
say though, Zabu, 50 Cent he is really the embodiment of the 48 laws of power, man. That is one seditious son of a gun. He waited like 20 years to get back at Diddy, and god damn.
It's such a good documentary. Highly recommend it. It's dramatic.
Hey, Diddy deserves it, man. Get the hell out of here fucking over people all these, like, for the past 2-3 decades and expect not to Get your karma? Of course you're gonna get your karma, asshole.
Is it on Netflix?
Wait, what do you mean? Karma? He's free
Free of what?
of charges, criminal charges.
Well, I mean, he didn't. Not. I don't think he's free of all
Not
charges, is he?
No.
I think he's facing what like
50 months.
10 years for each of the prosecution ones.
Oh, that's good. That's good. Okay. I thought he. I was not
This
gonna
is
do that.
why, bro, you should watch the documentary.
Yeah, but he didn't get charged with all the other stuff that
No,
people
he
talking
didn't.
about. The
He only got
Rico
charged for
and
one
shit.
thing.
Yeah.
Well, at least
Which I'm
there's going to be a
surprised.
party. There's going to be a party with R. Kelly, so it'll be fine.
No. This guy, bro. What? Look.
My mind says yes,
You're sick.
but my body.
Yeah, that was a bad confession, though. Hey,
Hey,
I still
Alpha.
listen to his music. I may not agree with his character, but I still listen to his music.
Hey, Alpha, do you know why a pedophile never wins a race?
Whirl, thank you for holding it down. I want to thank you for you just can't make him at the Ahmad. Okay.
You got it.
Who made him at the Ahmad?
I did.
I thought it was you.
Why can't we make him with the mod?
When I get monitors in rooms, I'm not
What's the
blurry.
about? The guy literally he's kicked me out of my own room. What are you talking about?
Emoji is cool, man. Come on. Don't do this. Don't do this.
I don't be modding people. When
You
Sam is
want
making a mod,
me
I
to
don't
make
know.
a person a mod who takes my rooms from me. That doesn't make any sense.
Anyway, I asked Alpha a question. Alpha, do you know why a pedophile never wins a race?
Why?
Because they like to come a little.
God damn you, bro. You just. What the hell? That's just sick and twisted, man. On so many levels.
Anyway, I don't know what you guys think, but I think Timothy is cool.
But I'm not gonna lie, Zabu. I'll say this.
Hey, listen, I don't
Hey,
care
Bart,
about
what
him
about me?
being
Can
in
I
the
be
room.
good mod in your room?
Nilo is endangered species. Let's make it
No,
more.
the problem is you have alliance with the wrong people, man. You want to be cool. We're not looking to be cool.
Okay.
Because when everybody leaves, me and Marcus are in here by ourselves talking to each other. So it's like
No.
it seems like you only come in the room when it's popular and you can get like clout.
Yeah, you need to be hot to come in here.
Yeah, come in here when there's 4 people in the room. Marcus is always in this room.
Okay. All right.
He's always in here.
I make my presence felt a lot more.
What's funny is that I'm asking you to actually be a friend, right? And you're like,
Yeah.
oh, I gotta come in here and be a friend? Really? Like, it's like, think about what you're asking.
Yeah.
Alpha, what were you gonna say to me?
No, it was just his I was about to talk about Cassie, Miss Ventura.
Oh,
Even though what's messed up, what happened to her, but you see, I was thinking about this. If karma is real, right? Karma works like on multiple levels, man. Because if she was kind of dating Ryan Leslie, who I think is a very talented man, very talented musician. And she apparently, according to him, she left him for P. Diddy. Right?
Yeah.
So everything that happened to her is inexcusable. That's just outright. Okay? Outright inexcusable.
Wait,
She also kind of faced her karma for what she did to Ryan, kind
No.
of.
Karma doesn't work that way.
No?
No.
no, if you're in an abusive relationship, you don't have karma for like your abuser.
Okay, but philosophically, and the idea of karma doesn't work that way. You guys are like.
Oh yeah, that's not even what karma is.
Yeah, it's not like checks and balances of like immediate like action that way. It's more it's more like long term.
Hey, Alpha, I can't even believe
Has an
you never
impact
got
on your reincarnation, except.
it. It would only have been karma if PDD was driving. And she was in the car.
Oh my god.
You sick man. Sick. Twisted.
Anyway, it's
Just
clearly
man.
making jokes about this. This is awful. Let's go back
No,
to
I mean karma in the not karma in that sense.
just don't
Now-
that way.
No, I'm just saying, like, if everybody's getting their get back, it looks like everybody got their get back.
No, but
right
Alpha,
now.
listen, the karma would have been if P. Diddy left her. That would have been karma. Hating her back, that's no karma. It's true. Come on, this is not a laughing matter. Hating someone is not karma.
She did Ryan Leslie bad. Like, Ryan Leslie lost, like, he went into depression because she broke up with him and everything for P. Diddy, right? She thought she was making a power move, and she got a wrong. She made a wrong turn, got a wrong deal, bro. Because P. Diddy's a monster. Like, you have no idea. P. Diddy is known for being the death, the omen of death in hip hop. There's not a single artist that went right with him. None.
Did you watch the Netflix show?
That's
About
what
it?
we were talking
Yeah.
about.
I'm watching it right now. You'll hear it in the background. So, what'd you think of this?
Volume.
You got Jealous of Death Row Records.
Yeah.
Oh, my pop, my pop.
I can't
I'm
believe.
watching it.
Like, I
Watching it
wasn't
right now.
sure. I wasn't sure how I felt before, but I definitely think P. Diddy killed Tupac. Definitely, 100%.
Look, the killer's cousin already said it. It's like, P. Diddy should come to my rescue. We did a lot of things for him. I mean, there you go. Even in his trial, P. Diddy's name dropped more than his did. So, that says a lot. But what's interesting to me is how, for example, Gene Deal and all of them, like all these bodyguards, right? Even when it comes to politicians or officials, right? They say nothing when they're in a position of power and they can actually do some damage and have some influence. Only when they sit down, only when they retire, only when they're out of the circle, then all of a sudden, we got to expose so much dirt. It's like, you were in a position of power. Why didn't you just sabotage them? Why didn't you just...
It's hard to come out when you're like in the thick of it, you know? It's hard to do that.
And that's what makes me cringe so much. It's like, this guy is just really like. Why didn't you just expose them then? Even like when people come out and talk about presidents or former presidents.
But
and
people
all
have
that,
been talking about fucking P. Diddy for a long time, dude. Like in this association with Tupac, it's been a long time coming. This was like this is like right from the beginning. Oh my god, one thing anyways, whatever. I don't want to talk about this anymore. But it's a really good documentary you should watch.
I think people should start going after Leor Cohen next, because his name has been dropping lately for messing up a lot of people's lives and fucking them over. So I think he should be next. Leor Cohen should be next.
Marcus.
What up?
Hi.
Why? Because he's
Get out the
Jewish.
box. No, because he's a parasitic exec. Has nothing to do with his, ethnicity or religion. Same thing with like Suge Knight. Like the guy is a fucking scum, man.
Nah, and I agree. Jay Prince too. Do you work in music business?
Yes, Jay Prince as well.
You work in music business? Yeah, no, he's criminal.
I worked before.
People I know in music business are like, don't fuck with Jay Prince. He's like a serious. He will seriously get you hurt.
Yeah, I've heard stories of him being able to pull strings and really,
Alpha's band was called Sinews and Ligaments.
No, I was not in a band, in fact. No. I didn't want to get into the music industry. I did my diploma in audio engineering. I didn't want to do it. I've worked as a DJ and everything. I didn't want to do it. I didn't want to do it. Didn't want to get into it. Disgusting. I knew so many DJs that got cases against them for letting females into their DJ box and all that, and just they were being charged with many allegations, like they were being alleged of touching people in the wrong places and all of that, sexual harassment. I'm like, oh hell no. I worked for a month in a club, and that was it. I wouldn't let anybody in the box. Like, why are you getting in the box?
Example, can you believe Alpha just missed my joke?
Yeah, that's the whole point of going to the club is to get in the box. That's the whole
Sinews and Ligaments. these captains.
Yeah.
Well, you said you.
No, I love music, but I would never get into the music business like that. I think it's just corrupt. I think it's corrupt.
You can always go into the gun. You'll be fine.
You know what else is interesting about the documentary? How many people were wearing the Star of David?
Oh, is that what they tell you to do?
I didn't know that.
You should check it out.
They make you a star, Alpha.
I haven't really got the chance to actually watch it all the way through. I've seen bits and pieces of it, which I think is really doesn't qualify me to speak on it much. But I don't know. Maybe I'll get the time to actually see the whole thing.
It's only 4 hours. It's 4 episodes.
Oh, so it's not like a
It's not a whole
it's not like a walkthrough documentary. So it's in different parts. Is that it?
Yeah.
What's what are you talking about?
We're talking about the the 50 Cent documentary on P. Diddy.
Oh no, yeah. No, we everybody's always known that he's done. This is the way he does business. So I don't know why it's a shock to everybody.
It's a good documentary, that's all.
No, yeah, definitely. I'm just a little biased on it.
It was interesting.
A little biased because he has a personal thing with him, so it's good. I think for entertainment, but it's a dog-eat-dog business.
No, man.
Regardless of
He got all of this footage from Diddy. It's crazy what he was able to put together. So
he's getting it now because he's in jail. Of course.
Even if you know the story, there's things in there that are whoa, how did they? That's
exactly. Now I saw some bits and pieces, and I was like, "How did you get your hands on this? Like, where did you get this from?"
I have a feeling P. Diddy, sorry, Daddy, shit. I have a feeling P. Diddy is probably thinking, I don't know what you know about me, or I don't know what you heard about me.
This guy. But he's not a PIMP though, Mark.
Well, he could be a person in management.
Well, he is. I mean, he's going to get charged for prostitution.
No, but what if he's a person in managerial position?
What is it?
That would be a pimp.
Fucking hell. This guy is, oh my goodness, atrocious, man. No, I think everybody will get their comeuppance, man. You gotta just do good.
Do you think it comes with the business?
Example.
Because most of these guys, they make so much money, and then at some point you're thinking, how can they be so squeaky clean?
No, it's not just being.
How many musicians do you know are properly squeaky clean?
Oh, of course there are musicians who are squeaky clean, man. Of course there are. When was the last time you saw somebody bring a case against Pitbull? When was the last time, they brought a case against Akon, but because he was clean, he went to court for it. It's like, yeah, let's go.